Hello, Jasper Nation. This is Kevin Ross, Director of Sports Communication and Media Relations. We are joined by head Manhattan baseball coach Mike Cole for an edition of Jasper Chats. How's it going, Mike?
Good. How are you doing, Kevin?
I can't complain. Coach, my first question for you is, how are you and your family doing during this time?
We're good. First and foremost, everybody is healthy. It's obviously a pretty crazy time. Especially here. I have a 7-year-old and a 10-year-old, a second grader and a fourth grader. My wife is a middle school teacher, so from 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock every day, it's pretty crazy here with the class schedules going on. But like I said before, first and foremost, everybody is healthy, and we're getting through it just like everybody else.
Moving on to the players, how are they doing during this time?
They're good. We try and reach out a couple times a week just to make sure that they're doing well, that their families are doing well. Luckily, so far, everybody is healthy. The biggest thing for us and myself as the head coach is just making sure they're staying on top of their schoolwork. It's obviously a difficult situation not being on campus. And they have some downtime, but the schoolwork is the biggest priority right now for those guys.
You said you've been communicating with them a lot. How have you been communicating with them, you and your staff? I mean, you have a pretty big roster on campus, and I know during the year it's even difficult, but how have you been able to do that with what we're going through now?
Right. Just texting back and forth, reaching out and calling some guys up. But basically just texting back and forth. You know how the world works now. It's, most of the kids would rather text back and forth than talk on the phone. So it's pretty easy just to keep in contact with those guys, just to make sure everything is going well for them.
That's great. And, I know it was really disappointing the way the season came to an end. You guys really started to seem to be getting into that groove. But, like I said, the ending of one thing starts something else. So looking forward to next season, God willing, what are your expectations for the guys? I mean, you return a lot of players.
Yeah, we do. We, obviously we're going to lose some seniors, but no, we have a great nucleus of guys coming back. Our expectations are going to be the same that we kind of put in every year in our program, is to make the MAC tournament and compete for a MAC championship. I think our guys know that when we recruit them. And they put the time and effort. That was the hardest thing this year with the season ending was, everybody within our program understands how much time and effort that those guys put in. And to see the season taken away from them, our season really starts the first week of August when we get back on campus. So for those guys to put the time and effort in and then to kind of lose what everything that you've worked for was tough for those guys.
Yeah, and one of the things that was really difficult is that this was going to be the year we were coming back home to Van Cortlandt Park. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's going to be delayed a year, but I don't think that's going to dampen the enthusiasm for the guys coming back home. Do you, Coach?
No, definitely not. I think a good thing too with the guys coming back is the field will be ready for them in the fall, which this fall is when we did all our upgrades and put. Our administration did a great job of putting some money into the field and making it one of the better fields in our conference. So for our guys to be able to get back on campus in the fall and to be able to practice there every day, they'll definitely be excited about that. But just to get back and finally play a home game next year will be, it's a long time coming, and our guys will definitely be excited about that.
And Coach, I think one of the craziest things to come out of this is that our first game home next year is going to be coming in the 15th anniversary of the 2006 MAC championship team that beat Nebraska and San Francisco. So things have a way of working itself out sometimes, and I think that next year is going to be great because of what we've had to deal with this year. I think everybody now is appreciating what they have more than ever before.
Right. Our guys – I think that's the one big lesson that everybody in our country can take away from this is how quickly you can lose something, and just to appreciate what you have.
And Coach, and in closing, change it up a little bit. All the members of Jasper Nation, people out there, do you have any good show recommendations when they're sitting at home on a weekend, social distancing?
That is one thing I will be honest with you. With us not being able to play games and practice and kind of being home every day now, you can definitely watch a little bit more TV. I will say I'm a big Ozark fan on Netflix. I watched all 10 episodes of season 3 in probably 2 days. So if anybody has not seen Ozarks, I would watch all 3 seasons of Ozarks.
And that's interesting you say that, because it was between Ozarks and Breaking Bad, which I'm obsessed with now. So Ozarks will be the next thing on my list. And thank you, Coach Cole, for joining us for another edition of Jasper Chats. Stay safe. Tell your wife happy birthday, please, for me.
I will. Thank you.
Said hello. Jasper Nation, until next time.
Yep. Go Jaspers. Thanks, Kev.
Thanks.